Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm one of the directors of Leeds Community Clothes Exchange, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about how to swap. So the way it works, you will bring your items with you on the day, up to 20 items per person. So you'll then queue up with those items and they will then be checked in by our volunteers at the check-in desk. So when you bring your items to the exchange, we check them for quality to make sure that all the items coming into the exchange are of an acceptable quality. So we look for things like holes, bobbles, stains, missing buttons, things like that. So the good rule of thumb is something that you would pay money for at a charity shop. So some examples for you. So if you've got a t-shirt, we look for things like under the arms, make sure there's no stains and no holes. We hold it up, make sure there's no marks on them. So that's really useful to do before you bring them to us as well. Shirts, make sure that you've got all your buttons in place, and again, if you check under the arms, that's where you tend to get some staining, so that's a good place to look at as well. In terms of knitwear, you want to be careful for bobbles and also holes that come into knitwear. So if you can see, this has got quite a few little holes in, so we wouldn't be able to accept something like that unless those were repaired. See, with trousers, we make sure that again you've got your buttons and your zips are working properly. There's nothing worse than a pair of trousers with a broken zip. And we also look at the bottoms. Obviously these have been through the ringer a little bit, they're a little bit damaged, so again we wouldn't accept something with this sort of damage to the bottom of your trousers. And finally, in terms of dresses and things like that, again we look at the stains and marks and things, and we would just check that your zips work as well on the back. So that's really what we're looking for. So if you can check your items before you bring them, it makes things a lot easier for us. It means we have less that we need to send for recycling, and it means that you know that all of your items are going to be accepted, so that's a double win. So any items that can be accepted are given a credit. So one item equals one credit. So it doesn't matter what type of item that is. That could be a pair of shoes, it could be a basic top, it could be a dress. So each item is given one credit, which you can then use to swap for other items within the exchange. So any items that we can't accept, you can either take away with you to recycle, or we can recycle those for you. So at the moment they're given to Yorkshire Cancer Support. But obviously it's tricky for us to store those items, so if you can pre-check your items before you bring them to us, that's really useful for us. So once you've checked your items in, you can go and shop the exchange, you can try those items on, and then when you're ready to leave, you bring those items back to us, we count them out and apply that to your account. So if you don't use all your credits in one go, we can save those and use those at future events. So you could bring your items, not take anything away, come next month and not bring anything with you and still be able to take some new items. So that's a really nice thing that we can do.